My favorite part of every meeting. All right, guys, I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the Odessa City Council meeting, January 14th, 2025, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. Call this meeting to order. Ms. Norman, would you do a roll call?
Mayor Hendrick,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Stoker,
My name's misspelled, but I'm here.
Stocker. Mr. Stocker, are you here or not?
Who are the chefs?
The chefs?
The chefs.
I pronounced it properly though.
Yes.
Only you, Craig.
Well, it's better an extra R in there.
Are you here or not, Mr. Stocker?
Tina got it. I'm here. I said I'm here, but my name's misspelled.
Councilmember Mitchell. Present. Councilmember Thompson.
Present.
Councilmember Vasquez.
Present.
Councilmember Connell.
Present.
Councilmember Haney.
Present, but my name's spelled right.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. All right, we'd like to start tonight with our invocation. I'd like to call to the front Dr. Joe Weeks, the pastor, co-pastor of the Connection Christian Church. He's my minister. So, thank you for coming.
I invite you all to join me in prayer.
Everybody stand, please.
Oh God, who is Lord of all, creator of all, as we gather as community members and city leaders, we lift up our sister cities tonight who are going through disasters, those cities in the north dealing with winter storms, and especially lift up our sister cities in California dealing with natural disasters of wildfires that consume entire neighborhoods. We ask for blessings for those who are out of home with broken homes. Heal lives, heal this earth. We're grateful for the good people of our city tonight, especially the leaders that are members of our school board, for their authentic care for our children. And we're grateful for all of our government leaders, especially the city staff and the council members here and our mayor. In their governing, grant them the wisdom to discern the best outcomes for our municipality. Grant them the empathy to seek to understand the unique and diverse perspectives of our citizens, avoiding directions and policies that privilege just a minority, and especially avoiding those that discriminate against marginalized and minority sections of our city who so often don't have a voice. In difficult circumstances as they arise, also grant these leaders the restoration of the joy that comes through service. At this first meeting of the new year, when we are filled with a new sense of renewal and possibilities, grant us all the vision to imagine the true potential we carry both as individuals and as a community. God bless Odessa and our neighbors, and bless this council meeting. Amen.
Amen. Councilmember Stoker, will you please give us the pledge? I mean Stoker.
Councilmember Stoker will. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas flag. Honor
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please be seated. I have the honor tonight to pass out various proclamations and awards, so give me 1 second to move around. I would ask that, well, let me say this is a special award tonight. Dr. Scott Murray, he gave of his time, his dedication to serve the citizens of the Ector County, our school board, and our children. So at this time, I'd like to call to the front Dr. Keely Boyer and the entire Ector County Independent School District Board of Directors. Y'all just come please stand right beside me, if you will. All right, this is the City of Odessa proclamation. Whereas the mission of public schools is to meet the educational needs of all children and to empower them to become competent, productive contributors to the democratic society and an ever-changing world. And whereas Ector County Independent School District board members are committed to children and believe that all children can be successful learners and that the best education is tailored to the individual needs of the child. And whereas Ector County Independent School District members work closely with parents, educational professionals, and other community members to create the educational vision we want for our students. And whereas ECISD board members are responsible for ensuring the structure that provides a solid foundation for our school system. And whereas ECISD board members are strong advocates for public education and are responsible for communicating the needs of the school district to the public and in public's expectations to this district. Now therefore I, Cal Hendrick, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Odessa, do hereby declare my appreciation to the members of the Ector County Independent School Board, District Board of Trustees, and proclaim January 25th as ECISD School Board Recognition Month throughout the city of Odessa, and urge all citizens to recognize the dedication and the hard work our school board members are doing, working with them to mold an educational system that meets both the needs of today and tomorrow's children. Witness, therefore, under my name, today is January 14th, 2025, the year of our Lord. I would like to present this too. Dr. Boyer, here you go. We offer you our greatest thanks for all you do for our children and our community. Thank you all very much.
How you doing? Good. Good to see you. We'll see you Monday, right?
All right, we're going a little bit out of order because I'm now going to go to the Parade of Light winners. But to do that, I have to have the magic screenshot I took so I'll know who won. Aha! We're going to start with the runners-up. So when I call your name for each category, I'm going to have, I guess you come here and stand with me, and for the runners-up only. These are the runners-up only. Monica, you want to come up here and help me hand out trophies? Because there's a lot of cool trophies. I wish I'd have won one. These are great. Let's start with the City of Odessa Activities Committee. Congratulations. Come forward. Woo-hoo!
Mr. Mayor, may I say something?
Yes, sir.
To all the winners and all the participants of the Christmas parade, I just want to say I was very, very impressed with the floats. And I hope y'all keep it up and we come back next year. I don't know if we can do a better job, but let's try anyway. It was a great, great night.
Thank you, Councilman Mitchell. All right. Get a good picture of them. Everybody says cheese. Okay. Congratulations, guys. All right. This is, by the way, the runners-up are no particular order. They're just the way it was screenshotted to me. So, number 2, Permian Basin Caliente Broadcasting. Where are you? Come on up, guys. Come on up. Congratulations. Traffic jam at City Council. Congratulations, gentlemen. Everybody give them a round of applause. Next, 4 Points Logistics and Services. Come forward, guys. Congratulations. Next, Headley Boys and Girls Club. Come forward. All right, and last, SMCCS. Happy birthday, Jesus. Come on up. Thank you. All right, now, drum roll, please. This is for the tie for third place. One of them's not present tonight, so I want to read their name, though. Tied for third, Hip Hop and Litos by Aaliyah Robinson. She's not able to join us. She said her regrets. But the other third place tie went to Uno Hot Shot Service Corporation. Please come forward. All right. Probably went hard to figure out who won third. Since they're not here, take a picture. I don't know what to do with them. Yeah, I don't know what to do. You're our third place winners.
Here we go. Ready?
Here we go. Third place. Oh,
Two. One, two.
you too, next year, if you work hard, follow your dreams, can also be a winner. Oh. I don't want y'all to guess and read this ahead of time. Second place goes to OC Tech High School Spirit Club. This is y'all's. Come on this side, and somebody gets to hold the trophy too. Congratulations.
Here's the most important, get the real check. Okay.
If you don't show up, the mayor gets your check, so be sure and be present.
Split with the city council.
They're fighting over the checks. You want the small one, not the big one. All right. I'm honored to announce that the first place winner this year for the Parade of Lights 2024, you can guess, American Eagle. Please come forward. American Eagle.
Really?
You know what I said? I was telling you, be nice and take them and showcase them. Just leave them up there one night.
Let's give all of our parade winners a big round of applause. Now, Laura, where are you? Laura March, come forward. I have an award I'd like to give, but I want to have Laura explain it for me. I never seen so many traffic jams at City Council. This is ridiculous. I have the award. Well, no. We're going to announce who this is for, but first I'm going to have Laura explain it to us. Is that fair enough?
That's so fair. I love
All
it.
right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Hey guys, I would be amiss if I didn't share a little bit about this award first. So this award is presented from Sports Destination Management. It's a nationwide sports magazine that we advertise in. And let me tell you a little bit about sports tourism. Sports Destination Management opens the nomination process for this award program every year, and the award is the Champions of Economic Impact in Sports Tourism. Every year, the results are astounding. This year, the winners alone brought a grand total of $1.8 billion to their local economies. Yes, almost $2 billion thanks to sports tourism. It's double the economic impact of last year's winners. From championships that drew international athletes to homegrown events, from big-name tournaments to small purpose fundraisers, from established sports to niche pursuits, and in every corner of the country, winners represented a vibrant cross-section of the industry, okay? And this year, Our sports sales specialist, Teresa, submitted one of our groups, and let me tell you about them. This tournament was held in July of last year at the UTPB Sports Complex. The weekend event attracted approximately 2,000 overnight visitors. More than 700 athletes participated, and 90% of those players traveled to Odessa from neighboring cities. The event accounted for 473 room nights. The total economic impact for the city of Odessa was more than $1 million. Al Worthy with the Odessa Girls Fast Pitch personally dragged fields, repaired fences, and managed volunteers throughout, and he did it for his love of softball. And this award goes to the West Texas All-Stars Softball Tournament, Al Worthy.
Al, please come forward. I present you with the award for the Champions of Economic Impact. West Texas All-Stars, Discover Odessa. Congratulations.
Yay.
Oh, we'll take a picture together.
With you too, sir. Come on. You're the star.
All right.
One, two, three.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Val.
All right. Mike Atkins again. Oh, you went Dr. Boyer? Okay. Dr. Boyer, could you please come join me? There's so many trophies I can't get by. There's so many trophies tonight. So, guys, thank y'all for coming out tonight. Good night. I have another honor tonight is to read another proclamation to Dr. Scott Murray Day. So you ready? City of Odessa proclamation. Whereas Dr. Scott Murray has dedicated 36 years to the field of education with over 5 years of exceptional service as superintendent of Ector County Independent School District. Whereas he has tirelessly worked to improve the educational experiences and outcomes for the students, families, and the staff of ECISD, demonstrating steadfast commitment to academic excellence, quality, and innovation. And whereas during his term, Dr. Murray has overseen in ECISD, earned its highest accountability rating, a B in 2022, and gained national attention for strategic staffing and compensation efforts that resulted in Ector County Independent School District being home of the $100,000 teacher, leaving a lasting legacy of progress and achievement. And whereas he has inspired countless students and educators through his vision, his leadership, and his compassion, embodying the values of lifelong learning and community service. And whereas Dr. Murray's dedication to fostering a culture of collaboration and inclusion has strengthened relationships among students, staff, families, and community partners, ensuring a brighter future for generations to come. Now, therefore, I, Cal Hendrick, by virtue of my authority as vested in me as mayor of the city of Odessa, do hereby proclaim January 14th, 2025 as Dr. Scott Murray Day. Dr. Murray. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Let's move to our citizen comments on non-agenda items. Is there any speakers tonight? No, sir. Okay. Then let's move to our consent agenda. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the items under the consent agenda? If so, I need a motion and a second.
So move to approve the consent agenda, items 2 through 5.
Thank you, sir.
Second that.
Well, that was a close tie right there. I'm going to give it to Greg. Okay. Councilman Haney was second on that. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Move to our regular agenda item, Item number 6, consider modifying consultant contract for water treatment plant rehabilitation and miscellaneous upgrades project. Alex?
Good evening, Mayor
How are
and
you,
Council.
sir?
How are you?
Good.
Good. The Utilities Department is here to ask for your consideration and approval for the modification of the current consulting contract between Carollo Engineers and the city for the water treatment plant rehabilitation and miscellaneous upgrades project. Due to the project extending past their current contract, we are needing to modify the contract, adding an additional cost of $1,250,100 and continued professional services for 6 more months. Keeping the Carollo team is important due to retaining a mandated project management team on site, oversight for TCEQ coordination and communication, and overall supervision during continuing operations during construction. This allocation of money is within the contingency account for this project.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alex, how much do you have left in that contingency account?
Currently right now 4.9, so take that from 4.9, so 3.6. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just curious.
All right. Is there any citizen comment on this?
No, sir.
Okay. Council, any discussion or questions?
And what were you saying? This does what to the completion date?
To the completion date, this does nothing to the current completion date, but you're asking to
I thought
their
you said it added
contract.
6 months.
So this is just for the contract for Carollo to be on site. So it does nothing to the completion date or anything like that to the project. Yes, sir. It just extends what they are serving the city for this
So why
project.
do they need an extension?
So the original contract for the completion of this was October of 2024. So due to construction, any issues that we've had, we've pushed the completion date contract past that date. So now we're having to re-up with Carollo to be on site for it and have their team there. So they designed the project, we kept them on site. We're mandated in our contract to have, with the construction company, to have 2 project management people on site, and that's who Carollo is for us. So we have the design team on site to make sure that everything's being handled correctly.
Okay.
That's taking it up to April 2025?
So current contract for what we have for them is to April 2025.
But you don't believe it'll be finished in April 2025?
No, sir.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Thompson. Is there a second? Second by Chris Haney. Any additional discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
All right. Agenda item number 7. We're going to open up a public hearing to consider a request by Midland 256 Rampart LP et al. To amend the PD-R Plan Development Retail on Lot 7, Block 27, North Country Club Estates, 5th file in the city of Odessa, Texas. We're now to open up a public hearing to discuss this matter.
Good
Yes,
evening,
ma'am.
Mayor and Council. The applicant, the property involved in this request is located on the northeast corner of the intersection of East Ridge Road and Loop 338. The site is currently designated Planned Development Retail and is currently occupied by Retail Office Strip Center. Land uses in the area consists of retail office, development and apartments to the north, residential development to the south and east, and recreational open space, which is UTPB property, to the west. The applicant, Midland 256 Rampart LP ETAL, owner, is seeking to amend the existing ordinance, zoning ordinance, Planned Development Retail, in order to allow restaurants with no alcohol sales to be located on the east building, indicated as Exhibit C in the, sorry. This one? Let me see. Exhibit C, I'm sorry, Building C on Exhibit A, which is that one, and it's that building over to the right. City Council approved the plan development Planned Development Retail Zoning back in August 1998, with the conditions that specific development standards be met, which is building setbacks, height, parking, fencing, landscaping, and et cetera. Also, and retail offices uses be allowed on the property only. That's the requirements for the ordinance at that time. The applicant is requesting an amendment to the existing plan development retail to include as follows, condition A, to allow restaurants with no alcohol sales on the property only in building C. The other conditions of the plan development will not be affected by the proposed amendment. The Planning and Zoning Commission gave approval of this request with a 4-0 vote on December 5th, 2024. As for planning staff, the planning staff analysis of the amendment request is that the restaurant will meet the land use criteria of the City of Odessa for retail and service uses to be located on the intersection of a major highway and a collector street. Staff is of the opinion that a restaurant and retail space use is a compatible use for this location and has no objection to the request as presented. And based upon the preceding analysis, staff recommends approval of this request subject to conditions A through D. And there are the conditions. I'm here for any questions.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this matter? Now is the time.
Can you put that picture back up again?
Sure.
The layout, I'm just trying to figure out where that building's going. I wouldn't.
Across from that 7-Eleven where
Yeah,
that,
well, I know where it's on the corner.
it's across the street.
Yes.
7-Eleven is right here.
It's a strip center right now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out.
You know, it's the traffic light right
Yeah. Okay.
If there's no one from the public needing to speak, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. Now I'll have discussion from council. Does anybody have any questions? Comments?
Is the no alcohol our idea, or is that something they requested?
The no alcohol is the owner's request.
Can he change it in the future?
If they were to change in the future, that he would have to submit present a new case to City Council and, I'm sorry, P&Z and City Council as well.
Okay, so if somebody else
Yeah,
moves in that
Steve.
building, if somebody else moves in this building,
Yeah, I
they can
just wasn't sure
do
about that building.
alcohol?
It's not there.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Unless they
Okay.
present it to Planning and Zoning Commission, or they bring it to us to allow alcohol,
on the other
then
end
we
of
would
the
have to amend this ordinance.
That building?
Gentlemen, any questions? If there is none, I entertain a motion to approve.
Close the hearing.
Your motion?
Are you going to close the hearing?
He did.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah, motion.
Councilman Thomas makes a motion
It's been a long day.
to approve. Is there a second?
Don't
Councilman?
move.
Both Haney and Canal both did it. I'm going to pick on Canal because he's closer. All right, guys, all those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you very much. All right, number 8, on a resolution, consider to appropriate $394,000 from the general fund for the city, for the Odessa Police Department boiler, pumps, expansion tank replacement. Epi.
Good evening,
There you,
Mayor,
sir.
Council. Yeah, I'm here to request an emergency replacement for the equipment at PD. Currently, the equipment is in place at the Odessa Police Department. It's almost 2 years old. And the equipment, is expected lifespan is about 15. Existing units and experienced multiple leaks and have had failures with the burners and constantly going into alarm. Also, they're not as efficient as they were when they first installed. New boilers are rated at 95% efficient. Robert Mann Industries are provided a proposal of $394,000 to replace both units at the Odessa Police Department.
I understand last week they had about 50-degree temperatures in the court. They were unhappy. They told me about it.
They can bundle up a little bit, but that ain't gonna last for long.
So these boilers,
Yes, sir.
they feed the entire,
Municipal Court and PD.
okay. 'Cause
Yes,
we
sir.
heard it from municipal court director.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Heating system.
So how long before they get here?
They're averaging about 4 to 6 weeks.
Whenever be over by then?
It happens.
Groundhog ain't come out yet.
All right, any other questions or discussion? Now I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I so make the motion.
Councilman Vasquez makes the motion.
Second.
Second, Eddie Mitchell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. All right, item 9. Consider the purchase of 2 Spartan pumpers and 1 Spartan ladder truck for the fire department. Cody.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. So Odessa Fire Rescue would like you to consider the purchase of 2 Spartan pumpers and 1 Spartan ladder truck for the fire department. The purchase of these 3 apparatus will replace 3 of our current units, which are close to reaching their end of usable service life. These replacements are expected to generate significant cost savings for the city by reducing repair and maintenance expenses for these aging vehicles. Additionally, it will enable the city to provide more efficient service to the community. The estimated delivery of these vehicles is 2 years from the order date. The purchase is on a Sourcewell purchasing contract, and the total cost is $4.33 million. The purchase of these pumpers will come from Equipment Services Fund to the Capital Outlay Auto Equipment account.
Mr. Ritchie, what happens to the old units? What happens with them?
We send them to the city shop and they auction them off.
They do get auctioned off?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Where does that auction actually happen?
Renee Bates.
Okay.
And is there, so that we don't get into a trash truck situation, are we ordering trucks enough that every 2 years we're making sure that we're getting trucks in time for
Okay, so
2 years?
that's what we ran into when we got here. There was no replacement plan in place. We've actually made a replacement plan for every unit that we own. And currently we're replacing them 3 at a time. And we're 5-year order date with a 7-year delivery date.
What delivery date?
So we're looking at we'll order them every 5 years and hopefully receive them in 7 years.
2-year build down.
Yes, sir. That 2-year build time could go up, it could go down. But we are currently with Pierce, and they had a 3-year for engines and a 4-year for trucks. So we went to Spartan Apparatus, and they're able to get us at a lot less time.
Richard, is that in the budget? I mean, we budget for that, or is that in the equipment service budget?
So it looks like 1.1 million, sorry, 1,150,000 is being taken from fire capital, from the fire fund, and the rest is coming from equipment services budget.
Okay.
That is $3,183 and $691, excuse me.
Council, any questions?
Second, praising again the squad vehicles. If we can provide more of those and extend the lives of these trucks.
We would love that. That's our plan, is to get another squad vehicle in place. We're going to ask for that next year, but along with that comes personnel to staff that unit. So I think Chief Cotton has a plan for that next year.
Okay.
We'd like a couple more because it's saving wear and tear on our trucks.
A Tahoe's way less than a $4
Yes.
million fire truck. Yeah.
Agreed.
Council, any other questions or discussion? Not entertain a motion.
So moved.
Whoa. Councilman Stoker beat Councilman Thompson by a split.
Second.
But I got a second out of Thompson. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Thank you all so
We
much.
appreciate it. All right, item number 10, consider the appropriation to reallocate funding for all vacant positions currently allotted through our city's various departments. Kaylee.
Hello again. So just for the public knowledge, I know you all know the situation, but this past year, the city council elected to remove vacant positions from the budget in order to focus costs on some different operating measures. Per your directive, we took a look and discussed on Saturday what that would look like to put those vacancy fundings back in. The reoccurring theme on Saturday for all the departments and their biggest need was staffing. And so this putting back of the funding for vacancies will give our departments the flexibility that they need to hire as they see fit. As discussed, they have already come to council on several different occasions. It's the start of the year, and asked for appropriations for staffing positions that they thought were the most important to them. And so a portion of all of the vacancies has already been added back. We took a look at some historical figures, and over the last 4 years or so, we usually hire out about 81% of our vacancies. And so based on what has already been appropriated to date, we are at the 81% mark. So that tells me that our departments knew exactly what they needed to hire, and they came and asked for those positions first. But again, we are reallocating the rest of it back into the budget. And so you were provided with an updated resolution by the city secretary. And I want to read that updated resolution just for the public, just because it does not match the agenda item verbiage. Okay?
That's fine.
Okay. And the reason that it does not match is that we did not include the benefits initially when we published the agenda item. So we wanted to make sure that we did that. However, the numbers you saw on Saturday did include the benefits. So that analysis is still complete and thorough. So the new verbiage will read, the council hereby approves appropriation to reallocate up to $7,036,812, of which up to half will be transferred from the existing budget in the respective funds. The remaining half will be appropriated by fund as follows, and it lists out the amounts by fund. So as we discussed on Saturday, the departments have been asked to take a look at their budgets and come up with half of the cost for the vacancy that they want to hire from this point forward. So finance will be working very closely with them over the next couple weeks to help identify that. And if there are just significant challenges to doing that, because some of our departments have more capacity to absorb this request than others, then we will talk through that as well with the departments, with the end goal in mind of hiring the people that they need to hire to provide the services to the citizens that they need.
Council, any questions or discussion?
Just one.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure this is going to be the case, but if those positions are reopened, that will trigger HR then to start advertising for those positions automatically.
Well, the department heads will have to make the request.
Okay.
We'll look at the cost of each position that they request and seek funding for half of that cost from them.
Correct. Okay. But there is activity.
Yes, sir.
Post this, so.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Any more
Council, any other questions? If not, entertain a motion. Been a motion by Councilman Haney. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Mitchell. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Don't move a muscle.
Yes, sir.
Item number 11, consider the amendment of financial year 2025 budgetary revenues. Kaylee.
Yes, okay, thank you once again. As part of the analysis we conducted and the discussions we had on Saturday, we are seeking an an amendment to our fiscal year 2025 budget, specifically in the general fund and the water sewer fund, which are our two largest operating funds. So the first amendment we will be requesting is a $7 million addition to our sales tax figure that was budgeted at $50 million. Like we talked about, Mr. Morton's methodology is very thorough, very conservative, and we are 100% comfortable adding back the $7 million that should have been in there had we used that methodology. So we'll be doing that, and that will hit the general fund. In addition to that, we will be adding $1 million in interest income in both the general fund and the water sewer fund. I took a look back historically just to compare some figures. In the water sewer fund through June of 2024, we noted $4.7 million in interest income, so we're very safe to add the $1 million there. I don't have the 24 figures for the general fund, but unaudited 23 figures show $5.3 million in interest income. So the $1 million is very conservative. We could probably add more, but we're not looking to do that at this point in time. So we're looking for these amendments to the budget, and I'll take any questions that you have.
Council, any questions or discussion? Since we went over it all day Saturday,
Yes.
it's kind of,
Yes, we
we
did.
already know the answer. So at this time, I entertain a motion.
I so move.
Councilman Vasquez, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Thompson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously.
Thank you so much.
Item number 12, consider amending the lease agreement with the West Texas 4-H and Junior Olympic Archery Development Club. Deputy Manager Gopi, come see us.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. So we have first to consider the amending of the lease agreement with West Texas 4-H Junior Olympic Archery Development Club. So they have three requests before you. One is that they want the Permian Basin Archers Association to be a part of, to have access to the property and to be able to compete and practice and so forth. The second is to remove the 90-day notice requirement for holding events. They want the latitude to be able to hold, I guess, impromptu events or what have you. And the last is that they're requesting that it's just an automatic renewal for 1 year. So that is their basic request.
All right,
Nothing too difficult there.
thank you. Council, is there any questions?
So why was there a 90-day notice on all of their stuff?
It's just a standard thing that we do with the city. But we have the latitude to change it if we so desire.
Your recommendation?
Yes, I recommend that we do.
So do we have, I guess the only thing, are we charging them on the lease, or they paying us an annual fee, or?
No.
How's the fee structure?
It's just a lease. They're
Just gotta
required
be-
to have insurance, to let us have access to it, to inspect it, and so forth.
But there's no,
Any liability concerns as far as the city is concerned?
No, they address it. The only concern is that we don't have access to it. And since it's a lease, sometimes the oil companies will cut the locks and put their own locks on it and so forth. So that's been some of the complaints that we received in the past, having access to it just because of the oil companies cutting their locks and adding their own. So that's not too much. We usually solve the issue by placing our own locks on it.
And where is this property that they use for this purpose?
It is, if you look at your packet, it is West Loop 338, close to 8th Street, way out there. And you'll see the property in the back.
I note they required to maintain a $1 million GL policy and have an indemnity agreement. The agreement indemnifies, but there is no lease. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what we would charge them, but nobody's using it, I assume, anyway.
It's just a place for them to go shoot bows and arrows.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, there's always some liability, though, because if somebody shoots somebody.
that's what I was,
I would like a place to go shoot too.
But they do have a requirement to indemnify us, and there is backed up by insurance.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's where I was.
Yeah, that's in,
All right.
But we're not charging for it.
Okay.
But they are. They do shoot an arrow at somebody, then we'll cover.
Okay.
And there's provisions for them to, that they have to notify us if there is some sort of accident.
Hey, guys, any other questions or thoughts, discussion? If not, entertain a motion to amend the lease.
So moved.
Motion's been made by Councilman Vasquez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Cannell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Don't move.
Yes, sir.
Because item number 13, consider amending the lease agreement with the Permian Basin Archery Association. Next.
Yes, so the bigger Archery Association, which includes this area, would like to include the 4-H Junior Olympic Archery Club, I guess just returning the favor for allowing them on their lease, and then they can be on their lease as well to compete and to hold practice events. And it's just to allow both of them, to allow the 4-H club to be on there.
All right, council, any questions?
No, I guess I'll take it up. Brought up in 12-2, it's our property and it's archery clubs that are using it. How does the oil field get involved with locks?
Because they still go out there
Okay.
and check, I guess, there are leases, they're lease properties.
Surrounding the leases, though.
Yes, and so they'll go and cut their locks and put their own locks on
Okay.
it, they can't get in, and
Okay.
There's the same requirement for insurance as well as identification.
yes, sir,
So
it's identical.
So what do we do when the oil field locks it up?
Well, it's really between the archery club and the oil company, and that's usually, we try to just to mediate
Stay out
that,
of it,
yeah.
Cut their lock off. Put our lock on.
Yes, and the only thing is that we need to have access to it, so,
Yeah.
so as soon as they cut it, we need to have the key or the code that goes to it.
Any other questions or discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Haney. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mitchell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Motion passes.
Councilman.
Oh, that's count, I want the minutes to reflect, I said the word Councilman Mitchell, not Mr. Barbecue Mitchell.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Eddie, my bad. All right, thank you, sir, we appreciate it. All right, item number 14, consider the renewal of a contract for property insurance, excess workers' comp insurance, and cyber insurance with TML. Coverage includes risk coverage on city-owned buildings, boilers, machinery, mobile equipment, and automobile physical damage. Includes real and personal property as well as cyber liability and data breach response coverage. Statutory workers' comp coverage provides an amount in excess of $750,000 for its employees.
It's a lot, huh?
How are you?
Good afternoon, evening, Mayor, Council. So I stand before you to talk about the renewals and the added additions to the contracts for the property and workers' comp insurance. It's currently through TML. We have an interlocal agreement with them. Our liability and property has been housed with TML, the Texas Municipal League, since 2000. And then we entered into a new interlocal agreement for the workers' comp effective 2023. So this coverage covers our automobile damage, and that amount for the 2024-25 year will be $489. So there's a slight increase of about $40,000, as you can see. The workers' comp will increase to $220, $996, and our deductible is $750,000. And there was a slight increase there. Most of our workers' comp claims are associated with slips and falls, cuts, bruises, pushing and pulling is where our workers' comp claims lie. And then the property insurance, which includes, as you mentioned, Mayor, all of those things, the real property, buildings, of course, et cetera, boilers and machinery, mobile equipment, and then there's some crime coverage as well that's included as a part of this coverage. And then the last item that's included is cyber. So the cyber coverage that TML has always offered, it's just been kind of ancillary coverage. Not very much, the limits aren't very high at all. So in 2016, that's when it started, in 2016. So for this year, they have created a cyber insurance pool. And that coverage still won't be enough for us. The limits are like $1 million. The aggregate limit is $1 million. So Tony, the IT director, and Richard and I had a conversation with TML, and they're going to help us seek out, hopefully, more defined insurance for us. And so we'll work on that, but of course we'll go forward with this renewal for this time period. I do want to make mention, I have a little note there that says any changes to the budget claims can impact the contributions that we make. So as my colleague Kaylee came up and said that we're going to be adding back vacant positions, that will impact the cost that we pay out because we have to pay on every position, whether vacant or not. In addition, we've heard about all of the new equipment that we're getting, things that we're auctioning off, and one of the things that we have to do is spend some time with TML to make sure that these listings are correct. What we've listed on our coverages are correct, up to date. So we have some work to do around that. So the cost for these items that we've talked about is for the real and personal property is $640,000, $981,000, and the automobile physical damage is $248,000. And the cyber is a part of that same budget, so that total amount is $891,345. The $220 for the workers' comp sits in a separate budget, but of course that's all together. We do get a 2% prepayment discount because we pay those amounts up front. So they allow us to shave off 2% of that cost. Any questions about that?
You've had one question. Back to last year, we were forced to increase the SIR on police officers to $1 million from $750,000.
Yeah.
So what happened on that with the renewal?
Yeah. So that coverage is the liability, the excess liability coverage, and that coverage is with states. And so that deductible did increase to $1 million, and it's just happening kind of around the industry that these increases happen related to scenarios with police and things of that sort. In addition, where our liability claims lie primarily has been over the past years with sewer backups and running into folks' houses. Alex and I we've talked about coming up with a plan to present to the city manager to talk about how we best address those. But that's where our biggest liability lies, and of course with accidents and things of that sort for the liability. But
when does the liability renew?
So that one I brought before you at the last meeting. That's okay, and because you reminded me that I needed to share with that coverage, they offered terrorist coverage. But we're hoping that it will be more economical, cost effective for us to include that with the cyber. So we did have a conversation with TML about that to see if we can include that as a part of that coverage. Okay, so in full disclosure, so, you know, I said the cost may change a little bit because of all these things that are happening here in the city. I also noted on the fiscal impact, I didn't pull in the additional the additional budget that had been provided. And so there won't be any need for appropriation for this coverage because we have it, but it will be for workers' comp. We'll need the $20,996.
Okay. All right, council, any questions? Not entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion from Councilman Thompson, is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Haney, you're sneaky down there. All right, guys, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. So we'll move forward to agenda item 15, right?
Yes, ma'am. According to them, I'm supposed to read it, so I'm going to read it real quick.
Okay.
Consider renewal of medical stop-loss coverage with Berkshire Hathaway, which will now be brokered by Gallagher Benefit Services. Yvette.
Yes. Thank you so much. So we're asking, so the stop-loss coverage protects us when there's a claim above, when there are claims above $400,000 for an individual, okay? And it looks across all medical coverages to determine that limit. We're asking not for a renewal necessarily for this coverage because it's currently with Berkshire, and we've had them for some years, but we had a broker associated with it, and that broker was Risk Strategies, and we have now moved to Gallagher. So this will actually be a new agreement. In addition to just the stop-loss coverage, and before, let me back up. So Gallagher managed the RFP that went out, because we went out into the market to see it was time to do it. And so we definitely went out into the market to see if we could get another vendor for the coverage or get better rates. One of the challenges that we had is because we have self-administered our claims for some time, and it kind of scares vendors a little bit. So, but Berkshire did bid, and so did Blue Cross Blue Shield. And so they came in, the rates were comparable to each other. However, this stop-loss program will include a couple components. So the primary stop-loss coverage that we've talked about, but what will be introduced is the gene therapy stop-loss coverage, and I actually missed the numbers there, and I apologize. The gene therapy stop-loss coverage is the $60,363. What that coverage is, and this is new in the market, it is, and I'm going to sound real intelligent as I talk about gene therapy, but gene therapies are cures to treat a condition by inactivating or introducing or replacing a gene. Genetic defects can also be acquired due to environmental factors like smoking. And so a good example, too, of a condition that would maybe use this type of therapy is cystic fibrosis. So it's fairly new in the market. However, it is growing and is very costly. So this insurance actually covers first dollar, so we would not be out of pocket any cost because it does cover first dollar amount. And then another component of this coverage will be the coordination of the data, because we have to compile all of the data in order to provide it to Berkshire to determine our claim status, and Blue Cross Blue Shield will be doing that for the cost of $12,000. Remember, those numbers are switched. And then Gallagher will do the they'll be included to look over all of our programs to make sure all the costs are included appropriately, and that's no cost to us. That's already included as a part of the plan. So Berkshire did reduce their costs so that we can incorporate the gene therapy as a part of that. And so the total cost is $429,149.
All right, guys, any questions? Seeing none, I'd ask for a motion.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Thompson,
A second.
second by Councilman Canal. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item number 16, considering accepting a petition for annexation from Maverick Engineering on behalf of the Headley Estate LLC and Covington Brothers Properties LLC. Liz? Oh, Elizabeth. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Mayor, Council, good evening. Good evening. So the first one we have is a petition for annexation. This is just accepting the petition is going to start the initiation for us to start the agreement. The very first one is on behalf of Maverick. They are petitioning for the Headley Estates in the Covington Brothers property. It is 12.83 acre tract. It is located east of 56th Street and Heather Field.
Do we have a diagram?
I'm sorry?
Do we have a picture of a
Oh,
diagram?
maybe.
Some of us have to see pictures.
There you go.
Is there any questions or discussion for council? Just a motion for annexation. All right. No discussion, then I would entertain a motion.
I so move.
So moved by Councilman Vasquez, or second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Mitchell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Don't move. Item number 17, consider accepting a petition for annexation from Maverick Engineering on behalf of Bittenbow Companies, PBC.
This one again is the initiation of the agreement. It is submitted by Maverick Engineering on behalf of Beatonbow. This is 11.425 acre tract. It is located on the southeast intersection of Loop 338 and Highway 385.
All right, gentlemen, any discussion or questions?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's just, that's in the county now.
Correct, that's
Yes.
restricted
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I know, there's a sales tax situation. Has that been addressed?
That has been addressed. And the county has, we have a county resolution on file already.
That's what I needed to know.
Okay.
May I ask what the resolution says as far as the county taxes and the city?
It is, according to the MOU, that is 50%.
50%. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to double check. Thank you. I've got it here.
All right, gentlemen, any other questions? Not entertain a motion to accept.
I so moved.
Will be by Councilman Vasquez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Thompson. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 18, consider accepting a petition for annexation from LCA on behalf of P-Bar Parks Bell Ranch LLC.
All right, this is our last but not final. On behalf of LCA, they submitted the petition on part of PBR Ranch. This is a 24.5 acre tract of land. This is located, it's an estimated 2,277 feet north of Yukon Road and to 765 feet east of Aaron Parker.
Jim, is there any questions?
Odessa's growing.
Going north. Yep. All right. Seeing no questions, is there a motion?
Motion.
Been motion
So
by
moved.
Councilman Cannell.
Second.
Second by Councilman Mitchell. All those in favor, signal say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right. Item number 19, consider professional service agreement for the water distribution system improvement. Alex.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The Utilities Department is here to ask for your consideration and approval of professional services agreement between Park Hill and the city. This agreement will be for professional services that contain the replacement of water infrastructure in County Road West from 13th Street to Kermit Highway. This agreement will be for a total of $373,500, and this allocation of money is within our project budget.
It's within it.
Sir?
It's within your budget?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Council, is there any questions?
Alex, you're on top of it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Seeing no question or discussion, need a motion? Motion by Councilman Haney. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Stoker. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously.
Thank you very much.
sir. All right. Let's go to our miscellaneous section, number 20. Mr. Harry resigned from his position of ODC, so that's no longer an issue.
We'll be doing no action.
No action. That's the right word for that parliamentary procedure. No action.
No action.
All right, let's go to number 21. Discuss and consider all City of Odessa commissions and board members, including appointment, reappointment, removing, or modification, including, to start with, let's just go through each one of them, maybe the quickest and easiest. Amy Bell Sports Foundation. And gentlemen, just so everybody knows, a lot of these members have, their terms have expired. I think Norma has reached out to most of them and asked if they want to reserve. There will be some new appointments, and just let us know. I, for one, on the Sports Foundation, I'll be appointing John Wilkins Junior. He has the form. I sent it to him earlier. You need a motion on those?
We will, at the
Okay,
end.
at the end of all of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, any other changes on the Amy Bell Sports Foundation?
Yeah, District 1.
District
She
1.
has the name.
Scott Wyndham for District 1.
Who?
Scott Wyndham.
Scott Wyndham, okay. All right, anyone else? District 2, all right, let's go to Board of Survey.
Councilmember Thompson, do
Yeah.
you wish to reappoint?
I will appoint Mr. Sewell.
Yes.
His term expired too?
Yeah, they all have.
Oh, that's right, they all expired, yeah. Reappoint, okay.
For the Board of Survey, Dallas Kennedy, that's Councilmember Mitchell. And for at-large, Councilmember Stoker, Jim Cox. For the Capital Improvements Advisory Committee, reappoint Dustin Fawcett and reappoint Dr. Goetz. He's willing to serve again.
I guess I
And
need to
also-
reappoint Joe if he is willing to serve.
Yes,
but if he's reached-
also, yeah, I
okay.
was gonna
All
mention
right.
that, Joe Hurt. And the ones I'm mentioning are the ones that have contacted me or the council members have contacted me. Okay. At this time, no one for the historic preservation. For the Midland Odessa Urban Transit District, Ryan McGuire.
Before we go on, I don't know if this is the right time, but I had a question about Sheila Perry since she has left the country.
Yes, so I will put a vacant on
Okay.
her, and whenever there's somebody up, we'll be happy to.
All right.
Okay. So for the Midland Odessa Urban Transit District, Ryan McGuire. For the Odessa Housing Finance Corporation, Brenda Worthen. And Council Lance Marker has agreed to serve again if council wishes to reappoint.
So Brenda Wortham is,
Would replace Denise Walker.
Denise.
and the other two down at the bottom?
She said Lance Marker agreed to serve.
No, I know there's Connie Coots and Mark Mata.
Connie's still on there.
Connie's still on there?
Yeah, but you would probably, yeah, she's still on there.
Do we need to replace Mark?
No, it'll be Connie will be in that position.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
Well, they had a slash there, so I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Is council okay with Lance Marker?
Yeah.
Okay. For the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, for District 1, Corey Williamson. For Councilmember Stoker, Kelly Boydston. Okay. And for the Planning and Zoning Commission, for the alternate, Angie King. And Melissa Prieto and Steve Decero are willing to serve again.
Reappoint.
Councilmember Haney, are you okay with Steve Decero? Yes, okay. For the Public Art Committee, that committee, the Odessa Arts provides recommendations for that committee, and they have recommended Daniel Sorensen, Cruz Castillo, Reno Ramos, and Tim O'Reilly. Okay.
Before you go further, would you back up to the Planning and Zoning Commission?
Yes, sir. That's right, Geraldo Arzate. Yes. Thank
For
you.
District 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for the reminder. For the Zoning Board of Adjustment, Councilmember Mitchell would like to appoint Henry Enriquez, Kirk Strahan, and Anthony Rios. Mayor Anthony Rios is willing to serve again if you wish to appoint him.
Can you give me his, I don't know Anthony, I'd like to visit with you.
Okay,
Fantastic.
okay. And Councilman Stroker, you were okay with?
Yes,
You okay?
he spoke with him.
Okay.
He's willing to serve again.
Okay.
All right, that being said, can I have a motion to accept the new changes, revisions, and new members?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Stoker, is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Canal. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. All right, item 22, discuss and consider establishing board committee duties for the mayor and city council members.
Okay, so Mayor Council, as we discussed December 12th, this is the updated list that council reviewed the boards and commissions that they wish to serve on. I went ahead and printed it out for you because December's been a little bit.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
So I just wanted to be sure council was okay with their appointments. We do have one vacancy that we do need to fill, which is the Municipal Court Committee. Currently, Councilmember Connell serves on that, as well as Councilmember Mitchell. We are needing one more person to serve on that board. It meets as needed, and they confer with the municipal judges.
Oh, if you look at my list, I don't believe that for the 2 years that I've been on the council, I've ever been involved or contacted about a meeting on the Intergovernmental Project Committee. Bring me up to date on what that is.
It's inactive.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be.
No.
And now you can join the municipal court.
So I can show up by myself. I'll have noon meetings for myself and just order a meal and put it on the city's budget. Will that work?
Yeah.
All right, is everyone, I guess, pleased with, happy, or we need to get off any committees?
Council, if I may, we do need 2 ex officios for the Amy Bell Sports Complex.
I would like to serve the next
I'd be
official.
happy to do that. I'm curious about that.
That's right down my alley.
All right. Anybody have a problem with that? We'll put Vasquez as stalker. You're not gonna ever live
With the
that
C.
down. Maybe they're long over there, Stoke or, all right. What did you need, Norm? There's one more we need a spot for on the municipal court or something?
Well, Councilmember Vasquez
Oh.
has agreed to serve.
Oh, perfect. Then all positions are filled?
So we're good if council's okay with their appointments.
Everybody good?
Would you
Shake
two
your
guys,
head.
would you 2 guys vote me in? Oh, over here? You okay with, all right, thanks.
All right, do we need a motion on that probably, or no?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and make a motion to accept the position. So moved by Councilman Haney. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Mitchell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right. Item 23, executive session is authorized by the Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, Subpart 1A and Subpart B, consultation with attorney. The city council may adjourn to move into executive session to discuss pending litigation and settlement offers with the city attorney and the cities hired by the city of Odessa for the case of, number 1, Southern Tire Mart versus City of Odessa, cause number D-24-08-0911-CV, and 2, Aaron Smith versus City of Odessa, cause number D-23-04-0425-CV. All right, I'll need a motion to go into executive session, gentlemen.
So moved.
So
So
moved.
moved by Councilman Thompson.
Second.
A second by Councilman Mitchell. All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll now move into executive session at 7:13 PM.
How you doing, Mr. Clinton?
Every one of y'all.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right.
Say, you get a picture.
Hey,
You getting
I
my
know
picture?
you. Where'd you come from?
Oh, man. I say, if that was you out there, y'all give me a picture.
Really? Good dude? I couldn't get her to draw. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Saw that. Okay, is that everybody?
That's it.
I need a motion to come out of executive session.
So move.
Motion by Councilman Thompson, and second by Councilman Mitch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's unanimous. All right, we're now back in open session. It is 7:31 PM on January 14th. We're back in open session. There was no action taken in executive session. All right, entertaining motions on the Aaron Smith suit.
So I'd make a motion that we accept the lawsuit settlement for Mr. Smith.
Been a motion, is there a second? Second. Second by Councilman Thompson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item 24, I need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Make a motion to adjourn. Second by Councilman Haney. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed?